Namaste. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome. Welcome to my channel. My name is Sadhana. I have decided to migrate my yoga videos to a separate channel, and this new channel is just for yoga. We're going to be doing movement practices, mantra, meditation, all kinds of things. And I'm really looking forward to having this space to share with you. So thank you so much for joining me this morning. And wherever you are in the world, whatever time of day it is, know that these are going to be gentle practices. And for the most part, you could be doing these practices for sure in the evening as a bedtime practice. But it is morning for me. And so that's kind of the mood, the energy of what's going on. The moon is waxing, so we are building energy. Yet I want to bring a sweetness and a softness to all of this. So thank you. Thank you for joining me. If you would like to learn more about me, there are links in the description box below, and you can learn about all the wonderful things that I do. I'm a healer, I'm an intuitive reader, and I love very much what I do and what I practice. And what I teach, what I offer on my website is also my lifestyle. So I'm very much committed to all of this. Whatever seat you've chosen for this morning, whether you are on the floor or in a chair, sitting on your sofa, just gently start to move your body side to side. Close your eyes and come to your breath. I will check in with the chat from time to time, but the computer is quite far away from me, so I will, if I don't respond right away, please forgive me. The intention here is to bring the body into balance. Guide the shoulders over the hips, elongating through the spine, and find some length through the back of the neck. Come to the breath in the nose. I am seated on a cylindrical bolster with my knees folded underneath me. This is one of my favorite ways to open practice. Go ahead, eyes open or closed. Extend your arms, fingers to the outside, inhaling as the arms rise up, and exhale, release the fingertips to the shoulders. We're going to inhale the elbows back and exhale the elbows forward. They may come together and touch. Inhale, elbows back. Exhale, elbows come forward. Feel the opening in the back body when you do that. Inhale, so there's one inhale and one exhale for each rotation. Close your eyes if they're open, and be mindful if one shoulder is doing more work than the other. And I want you to invite balance between the left and the right. One more in this direction. Fully complete your exhale breath. When you're ready to inhale, the elbows come forward, the heart space opens. And as you exhale, you'll feel the shoulder blades come together on the back body. And in this direction, there might be a little bit more clicking. This is just air in the joints. And over time with these practices, the body will begin to lubricate itself more naturally, and you'll find more freedom. We're going to do a couple of practices this morning to open up the shoulders. Bring awareness to the neck. We want to have a free flowing energy all the way through the back body and up through the neck. One breath for each rotation. Inhale and exhale. One more. And then relax, release your hands to your lap. Take a breath of integration and feel the effects of the practice. Now, before we go anywhere else, I want to talk a little bit about yogic breath. So if you wouldn't mind coming down to your backs, lie down onto your mat. If this is the first time on the floor today, just take your time as you come down. If you have a ponytail, adjust it, or anything in your hair. You can have your feet wide on the mat, relax the knees together. That might be a little easier on your low back. And then go ahead and place your hands on your navel center. One or both. Bring breath awareness to the breath in the nose. And let's actually start by bringing the hands up to the clavicle, up to the collarbones. Feel the rise of the collarbones as you inhale. And then they move back in the body as you exhale, settling down. Now, this is an upper respiratory breath. It's quite shallow. And we want to take the awareness of breath down lower in the body. The diaphragm is approximately at the bottom of the rib cage. Excuse me. When the diaphragm is used and we use diaphragmatic breath, we have a much more full breath experience. When the lungs fill, the diaphragm presses down and the belly slightly rises. So place your hands on your tummy, on your navel center. And as you breathe in, become aware of a rise, a slight rise of the belly. And as you exhale, the belly moves back towards the spine. And if this is something that you cannot perceive at this time, that's okay, you'll get there. See the diaphragm. So see the diaphragm cutting across the midline of the body, underneath the lungs. And imagine that sheet, if you will, pressing down. As the lungs fill up, the diaphragm presses down and your belly rises. Take a few full, deep breaths and observe the rise of the belly with the inhale. And the softening up with the exhale. Soften the breath in the throat. And then release your hands. Heel toe your feet together. Guide your knees into your chest. You can interlace your fingers around your knees or your shins, rock side to side. Place your hands on your knees, and we're going to do the inhale and exhale again. So each rotation has an inhale and an exhale, circling on the back of the hips. Inhale and exhale, just massaging out the back of the hips. Inner thighs are together, calves are together, feet are together, and you're moving with breath. Inhale and exhale. And you can rock as big as you want. Finish the next exhale and then go the other direction. And then come to stillness. Let your knees move to a side. And then gently press up to all fours. For those of you that have issues, that's issues with the knees, issues, new word. You might want to put something down on the mat, or I can show you how you fold your mat. When you are on your knees, you can simply pick up the mat and fold it like this, so you have more padding for your knees. Or if you have a blanket handy, you might want to place a blanket down underneath your knees. right? There's different ways we can protect the body and make all of this accessible. On all fours, there's lots of things to be aware of in this cat setup for cat-cow position. You can see I'm moving my body side to side. Press, the hands are about a little wider than shoulder width. Fingers are not too spread out. There's an engagement in my hands. And I'm pressing away from the floor. And then I want to soften between the shoulders. This is a neutral position. Soften between the shoulders, creating a little bit of a hammock between the shoulder blades. The back of the neck is long, breath is in the nose. And then become aware of your tummy where we were doing the breathing, right? You want to draw up and in. So you can draw up and in from the pelvic floor as well, to you creating a little bit of awareness to your core strength. So you're not disengaged in the lower body. We're going to come into the cow position, take an inhale breath. The belly moves towards the floor, the hips spread, and you look up and you press away from the floor. Eyes can be open. This is a great stretch for the eyes. Breathe. Soften between the shoulders. You can give the body a little shake. Spread the pelvis even more. Now don't lose the engagement in your pelvic floor. Feel your pelvic floor muscles. Feel the strength of your low core, because we're going to need that for the transition. Take a big inhale breath. And as you exhale, again, press into the floor. Shift the hips forward to bring the chin into the collarbones and stay in this shape known as cat. If you need to walk the hands in a little bit closer so you can deepen the curve in the back, do that. Press, press, press. Draw up from the navel center, rounding the back even more, stretching up the back of the rib cage. Then you want to adjust so the heel of the hand is right under the shoulders. And then we're going to move through cat and cow, breath by breath. Inhale into cow. Look all the way up. When you're ready to exhale, come into cat. Move with your breath. And take the breath right down into your abdomen. After your next exhale is complete, come back to a neutral position. Now, some of you may need a cushion or a pillow to put underneath your shoulder. You might want to have that handy. Bring your left hand into the center of the mat. Inhale, reach up to the ceiling. Reach, reach, reach. And then we're going to exhale and bring this hand underneath and come down onto the right shoulder. Some of you might need something underneath the right shoulder. Move the left hand over and stretch out the upper back. I'm pressing into my left hand and reaching through with my right arm. If you want to take this a little bit deeper, press away from the floor, slide the right arm through even more, and stretch out your upper back. Bring your left hand fairly close to your face, and we're going to unwind here. Slide the right arm back through, come back to the setup for cat-cow. Come to the neutral position. You may wish to take a round of cat-cow, neutralizing the body. Come back to a neutral position. Bring the left hand to the center of the mat. Reach up to the ceiling. Sorry, that's the opposite one. Bring the right hand to the center of the mat. Reach up with the left arm. And when you're ready to exhale, bring that underneath. The right hand hops over. You come down onto the left shoulder. You may need a cushion underneath the left shoulder. Now use your right arm, press it into the floor, reach up a little bit, slide a little bit further through so you can stretch out your upper back. And just breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Bring your right hand quite close to the face. Press into the floor, unwind. Come back to the neutral position for cat-cow. Take one in each shape. Bring the chin right into the collarbones. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Come back to neutral. And then widen the knees a little bit. Some of you might need to take something, a cushion, and place it underneath your bottom. We won't be long in child's pose, but there's lots of support that you can have in child's pose. Bolsters are such a great thing in yoga. Some of you might need it underneath your seat. Others might want a bolster in the front to come down into child's pose. So the body feels supported. Child's pose, the hips go back. The arms go forward. The forehead comes to the floor. If the forehead doesn't reach the floor, you can bend the elbows, stack your hands, and rest your forehead on your hands or your fists. Deeply breathing. Imagine someone has their hand on your upper back. And you want to breathe fully, fully in the back of the chest so that hand rises up towards the ceiling and softens into your body with the exhale. Guide the hands in, press up, come back to all fours, stretch out your legs one at a time. And now we're going to go into a lateral stretch. This is one of my favorite ways to get into the side body. Leave your knees, feet exactly as they are. We're going to walk the hands forward. I'm very forward on my mat. Too far forward. And we're going to drop the chest towards the floor. This is called Anahasana. Your hips are up. Bring your forehead to the floor. Again, let the shoulders soften. Let the space between the shoulders soften. Bring your hands in, press up. We're going to stretch out the right side body. So walk your hands off the mat to the left. Bend your left elbow, come down onto your left forearm and reach out with your right arm. Your forehead may rest on your left forearm and reach out with your right arm. You should feel this from your right fingertips all the way to your right hip. Move your fingers like you're playing a piano. Exhale as you draw the hip back. Take one more big exhale breath. Slide the right hand in, press up, come back to neutral. Walk over to the other side of the mat. Bend the right forearm. Reach out with your left arm, this time stretching out the left side body. Move the fingers in the left hand and feel the stretch from the left fingers all the way to the left hip. Slide the left arm in. Come back to neutral. We're going to take the knees off the floor and press up and back. Walk the hands to the back of the mat. And you're just going to dangle here in forward fold. You can bring your hands to your elbows. Let the weight of the upper body rest on the thighs, the knees are bent. Then release the fingertips to the floor and roll up vertebra by vertebra, slowly, making your way up to standing. I'm going to turn on the other camera. It's not an ideal setup in this small room, but this way you'll be able to see my whole body in both cameras. And I do have a dog in the house. Come to the top of the mat. We're going to go through a really basic sun salutation that comes through the Satyananda lineage that I have modified for my beginner healthy yoga practices. Look down at your feet. Your feet are hip distance apart. And your toes are slightly in. So when you are standing like a yogi, there is a sense of almost being pigeon-toed. Draw the energy up from the floor. Strengthen the legs so the legs are nice and strong. Hands are beside the body. Bring the shoulders over the hips. Elongate the back of the neck. Close your eyes and feel the strength in your standing posture. We're going to take our time with each of the shapes so you get to know these shapes, and then we'll progress through this more quickly from week to week. The first thing we're going to do is bend the knees and let the fingers dangle down to the floor. So you're going to inhale, sweep the fingers down, and as the inhale fills the body, you stand up, you reach up, and you lean back. This is an exhale breath. You can bring your hands to your low back if this is too much. And then inhale, come back up to standing. We're going to do that 2 more times. Your hands are at your side. Bend your knees. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, lean back. Inhale, come up to neutral. Exhale, release your hands. Inhale, bend the knees and sweep up. Exhale, lean back. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Okay, so that is the first part of the sun salutation. And again, inhale, bend the knees. Sweep up, reaching all the way up. There's strength in the legs and the arms. Exhale, lean back. Now we're going to inhale, come up, bring the palms together, forward fold. You can soften the knees a little bit. Draw the low core up and in. This is an exhale breath. Come into forward fold, release the head, bring the fingertips beside the feet. Inhale, we're going to sweep back up to standing and go into the back bend again. Bend the knees, inhale, rise up. Exhale, reach back. Inhale, come up. Bring the hands together. You can soften the knees a little bit as you forward fold. And exhale, come all the way down, hands beside the feet, release the head. Inhale, halfway lift, bring your fingertips out front. Look up, pick up the right foot, and we're going to step way back and place the right knee onto the floor. Hands are on either side of the left foot. Look up. Feel the length in the right thigh. If needed, you can take the mat, fold the mat over, and put your knee on the folded mat. Now we're going to take the left leg back. So come onto your fingertips. With your inhale breath, pick up the left foot and bring the left leg back to match the right. Half plank. My toes are on the floor. There's strength in my arms. My back body is long. Now we're not going to lower down in this shape. We're going to change the shape. We're going to press away from the floor slightly, and the hips are going to rise up. And the chest and the chin are going to come down to the floor. And then we're going to slide through to cobra. So we're going to slide forward on the mat. Hands stay where they are. Feet get untucked. And you bring the elbows in and press up and breathe into cobra. And exhale, release. Tuck the toes. Press up and back to downward facing dog. You can come through a child's pose if you like. And then up and back, downward dog. First downward dog of the day, pedal your feet. Bring your head between your biceps. Press away from the front of the mat. Check your hands. They're a little wider than shoulder distance. Fingers are active, feet are hip distance apart. Come to stillness. Exhale the heels closer to the floor. Activate your thighs. We're going to step the left foot forward. So you might need to come high on the right toe. Bring the left foot forward. Place the right knee on the floor like we had before. And then we're going to step forward into forward fold. Come off your right leg, step forward, and exhale. Sweep up just like we did at the beginning. Come into your back bend. And then up and bring your hands to heart center. So we're going to do that whole thing on the left side. Separate your hands. Inhale, we're going to sweep up. Exhale, lean back. Again, hands can go to the low back if this is too much. Inhale, rise up. Bring the palms together. Exhale, forward fold. Soften the knees as needed. Release the forehead to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Pick up your left foot. Step back. Place the left knee on the floor and inhale. Look up, pause, stretch out your left thigh. Take your right foot back. Match the legs. Half plank. Press the hips up. Chest and chin come down. Elbows in. Inhale, slide through to cobra. Untuck the toes. Exhale, release. Tuck your toes, press up and back, downward dog. Again, you can come through a child's pose or half a child's pose if you like. Step the right foot forward, left knee to the mat. Inhale. Left foot comes forward, exhale, forward fold. Sweep up. Lean back. Hands to heart center. One more time each side. Bend your knees. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lean back. Inhale, up and forward fold. Halfway lift, right foot up and back. Come down to the right knee. Take a breath. And then you're going to step the left foot back, half plank. Hips up, chest and chin down, elbows in. Slide through to cobra, untuck the toes, press up. Exhale, forehead to the floor. Tuck the toes, down dog. Left foot forward, right knee down. Breathe. Right foot forward. Forward fold. Soften your knees. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lean back. Inhale, up. Exhale, hands to heart center. And take a breath of integration. Left side. Sweeping up. Leaning back. Inhale, up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Left foot goes back. Left knee down. Inhale as the right foot goes back and set in your half plank. And then hips up, knees, chest, and chin go down. Sliding through to cobra. And exhale, release. Tuck the toes. Down dog. Stepping the right foot forward. Come nice and high on the toes. Left knee down. If you miss, you can adjust. Now the left foot comes forward and forward fold. Sweep the arms up, rise up. Exhale, lean back. And inhale up and exhale. Hands to heart center. Okay, so I don't know how that went for you. We're going to add to that sequence slowly over the next few weeks and months. But that's the basic simplified version of the Satyananda Sun Salutation. We're going to start to build strength and work through the various warrior postures. And today we're just going to kind of build the structure for a warrior two. We'll talk about how to go in and out of it as we build the practice. So I'm going to start with my right foot forward and my left foot back. And you can start with as small or big of a stance as you are comfortable. And I want you to look at your front foot first. Your front foot is facing forward. And it's really important that your knee is over your ankle. You don't want to have it too far back and you don't want to have it too far forward. And if you look at my mat, I don't know if you can see, but my mat is actually moving. I'm stretching my mat apart. My heels are pretty much in heel to heel alignment. Most people, front heel to back arch alignment feels a lot better. Look at my back foot. The toes are in slightly. This strengthens up the back leg. Okay, so now my knee is too far back. I'm going to hop in a little bit and bring the knee over the ankle. Then the arms come up. If this is too much for today, just keep your arms on your waist. Look forward, look to the front hand, look to the back hand. Make sure the back hand is not sagging down. Excuse me. Turn the right palm up and inhale, reach up, let the left hand go down the back leg. This posture has a lot of different names. And then we're going to inhale up and straighten the front leg. We're going to turn, I'm going to turn and face you. And all we're going to do is inhale and bring the hands overhead. And then we're going to exhale back to warrior two a few times. Okay, so you can be looking straight forward. Inhale, hands overhead. Press away. Really engage the legs. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale. And exhale. Bring your hands to your hips. Turn your right foot in. Turn your left foot out. Left foot is facing straight forward. Check your knee. Check your back foot. Nice strong back leg. Front knee over ankle. Arms parallel to the floor. You want to feel like you're stretching your mat apart. Turn your left palm up. Right hand goes down the back body. Reach up. Keep the bend in the left knee. Inhale up. Okay, now we're going to straighten the front leg and bring the hands overhead, bringing the palms together. So inhale, fire up the legs. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, straighten the leg. Bring your hands to your hips. Turn your left toes in, right toes in. Come to more of a pigeon-toed position. Hands are on the hips. You can soften the knees if needed. And we're going to hinge at the hips and forward fold. Look forward. Look forward. Look forward. Way forward. Way forward. Nice long back. Soften the knees if you need. Hands, fingertips are going to come underneath the shoulders. Inhale, look up, and exhale, forward fold. Walk your hands further back. Fingertips or hands. Nothing fancy today, just hang here, stretching out the backs of the legs. And then walk the hands further forward, come back, inhale, halfway lift. Bring one hand to a hip, another hand to a hip, soften the knees a little bit and rise up. Heel toe the feet together, step the feet together. We're going to come down to the floor. So just gently make your way back down. Bring your knees into your chest and rock side to side. Interlace your fingers around the front of your right knee and extend your left leg. You can point the toes of the left foot. You could bring the left heel to the floor and dorsiflex the foot, bringing the left toes towards your face. You're using a little bit of bicep strength to draw the right knee towards the right shoulder. Guide the left knee up, other side. Extend your right leg. Point the foot, see how that feels. Dorsiflex the foot, and then really draw that left knee towards the left shoulder. Use the strength in your upper body. I'm going to take my right hand and place it on my left knee and use this hand to guide my knee across the body, rolling onto my side, bringing my left knee to the floor. If you can't get there, then put something underneath it. Grab a pillow, a bolster, a cushion, and put it underneath. And then open your left arm to the side. Big stretch, probably most of you, for your pectorals. If that's too much, you can bend. If you've got a wall, you can place your fingers on the wall. Breathe into your tight pecs. If it's too much, just place your fingertips on your shoulders like we started. Bend your left elbow, bring your hand in, and we're going to guide this knee back up. Left knee up, right knee up, both knees in, rock side to side. Neutralize the body. Extend the left leg. Take your left hand to your right knee, and we're simply going to guide this leg across. Again, you can place something underneath the left knee and open your right arm. Supporting the right shoulder, the right arm, the left knee. I'm too close to the wall. Sometimes the wall is a great thing because it can help support the body. We're going to do one more supine twist. These are really great twists for awakening large muscle groups. Soften where you can soften. Okay, so guide that knee back in. Left knee up slowly. Both knees in. What I'm going to suggest today, I want to take the low back in the opposite direction. I know we back bended in the standing posture, but we're going to just kind of work into stages of bridge posture, okay? You probably want a cushion, a bolster, or a block here. You don't have to have it, and I'll guide for both. So we're going to do one set of bridge before we do the second supine twist, and then we'll come into Shavasana, and that'll be it for today. Bring the soles of the feet to the floor, and feet are about hip distance apart. So that's pretty standard in yoga. You can reach for your heels. I'm going to guide your shoulder blades under, and I'm adjusting my pelvis here already. Feet are parallel to the side of the mat. Knees are not resting in, so the knees are separate. And I'm going to use the backs of my arms. I'm going to use the strength in my legs to raise my pelvis off the floor. And then I'm going to use the backs of my arms to walk my shoulder blades under. And then press up. You're going to get a thigh stretch here. Such an amazing posture. Chin is into the collarbones. You're not looking around here. Now, if you want to support this posture, you place a block or a bolster or a cushion underneath your sacrum. And you can rest onto that, making it a little bit of an easier posture. And if you are resting, make sure you are resting. And for those of you that are in full strength, take a couple breaths. We're almost done. If you're on your cushion, raise your hips up. Remove your block or your cushion. And when you come out of this posture, you want to bring the elbows in and roll down upper back first. So upper back, mid back. So rolling down slowly. Low back hits the floor last. You can move the shoulder blades out. You can either heel toe the feet wide, rest the knees together. You can come in for another little rock if you like. All right, second supine twist. Okay, this one we're going to bend the left knee and put the right ankle on top of the left thigh. And you can just slightly pulse the left thigh. And the reason we did bridge first, because I want you to be able to feel this. So feel your right foot on the floor, right? Right foot on floor. Pick up hips off floor like you did in bridge. Put them down. Okay, now we're going to pick them up and shift them a little bit to the left. So pick your seat up, shift it a little bit to the left and put it down, keeping your feet exactly as they are. And now we're going to turn this whole thing to the right. So you're going to bring the left knee to the floor-ish. And you can also move that right foot over a little bit. And so we're taking this number 4 shape across, right? And so you might need to put something underneath your left knee and then again, open up wide. Second pectoral stretch. Everybody needs that. Too much computer time, too much poor posture on the sofa. Close your eyes, breathe. In all the postures we're doing, we're going to expand and extend to different levels and variations. So if this was really easy for you today, know that we're going to build slowly. Bend your left elbow, so bring your left arm in. You're going to keep the shape of your feet if possible. Actually, no, let's change that. So let's make this easy. So you're going to just bring your left leg parallel to your right leg and then guide both knees up together. That's easier. Hips back to the center of the mat. Neutralize the body, right? Find neutral. Palms open to the ceiling. Heel toe the feet wide, knees in. Take a breath. Okay, so other side. Separate the knees, bring the feet so they're hip distance apart. Bend the right knee, place the right ankle on top of the left thigh, and gently pulse, pulse, really gently. Use your breath. You can also place a hand here if you like. Now we're just going to pick the hips up and down just so you can feel what we're doing here. So press the left foot into the floor and pick your seat up off the mat and then put it down again. Now we're going to do that again, but we're going to shift the hips over. So pick your seat up, shift the hips to the right and put them down. Left foot is going to scoot over to the right and you're going to take this shape over to the left. Again, you can place something underneath the bent right knee and then open your arms wide. Look to the right or to the ceiling. Supporting the body where it needs support. Left hand can be on the right knee. It can also be wide. As we build strength in yoga and mobility, flexibility, we want to take plenty of time for integration. It is one of the most important things. So it would be great if you could do this practice at least twice a week, not wait till I'm back live next Thursday. But if this was a lot for you today, then don't do it tomorrow. Wait a couple of days and then try it again, or even just a part of it. Bend your right elbow, bring the arm in. Take the right foot, place it on top of the left, the right leg on top of the left to guide the body up. Okay, so now we're going to work towards Shavasana, and I'm actually going to cue you into Shavasana. I'm not just get you to flake down onto the floor. I'm sliding this bolster underneath my knees. It's just really great for the low back. And then I'm going to adjust my pelvis so it's comfortable lying on the floor. So picking up the pelvis, shifting it forward, lengthening the low back, extending the legs. So you want to have the legs apart, the arms are apart, ideally facing up. They're away from the body. Walk the shoulder blades together. And cover yourself up with a blanket. I'll make sure I get the dog at the neighbor's next Thursday. Life. Big breaths. Soften the body. Scan the body from the head to the toes. And let the whole body melt into the mat, into the floor. Check in with the large muscle groups. Make sure the thighs are soft. The buttocks isn't holding on. I want to encourage you to stay in Shavasana if you're ready for a good nap. Allow the body to integrate. If you are ready to move on with your day, then really mindfully guide the knees into the chest. You might want to come into a full body stretch, reaching overhead. Oh. And take your time coming up to a seat. Feel the effects of your practice. And guide your hands into your heart space, bringing to mind something you feel grateful for in this moment. And then press the palms together, energizing the hands. With an inhale breath, guide the hands overhead. Pause and touch your forehead for clear sight. And then press the hands overhead, connecting you above. Next exhale breath, just release your hands gently down as if they're moving through water. Namaste. Thank you. Thanks for joining me today. I'm just going to slide up. I think there's one comment there. So thank you. And please tell your friends about this new channel. I know it's hard to start a new channel and get followers, but I'm gonna be here at least every Thursday, and make sure to subscribe and hit the notifications, and then you'll know if I'm going live at other times as well too. Thanks very much.